Hello, hello, hello and hello. Welcome back to my channel. The weather's been a little bit snotty recently, so I've gone into the corner of my mind marked warming soups and had a little rummage around in the bag called vegan. And today I'm going to cook a Polish soup, a Krupnik. I think it's pronounced Krupnik. And Krupnik is basically pearl barley. So it's a Polish pearl barley soup. Now, the soup in of itself contains very few surprises. It's a warming vegetable soup and it's really, really nice. Where the excitement comes from is a little sprinkle of juniper berries, which adds a little bit to the taste, but as you're eating it, there's this sort of little haze of gin floating over the top of it in each spoonful. It really was absolutely gorgeous. Let's get on with it. I enjoyed this one. Short, sweet, and great.
And what is on today's board of goodness? Well, the core vegetables of the dish are going to be 2 leeks, but only the light green bits, and about 3/4 of a kilogram of potatoes, a single carrot. Traditionally, it calls for parsnip. I couldn't find any parsnip today, so I'm going to try a little bit of celeriac, just a little bit of that, probably about a parsnip size of celeriac. We've got a cup of pearl barley, and then the sort of soupiness here, about 1.5 litres of veg stock. I'm going to soak about a cup of these dried mushrooms and add that in. We need about that much dill, so what's that, about 20 grams, about 3/4 of a cup, about 3/4 of a cup again of flat leaf parsley, what's that, 30 grams, probably 20 grams of that. Juniper berries, this adds something to this mix today. Probably only about a tablespoon of that. But you've got to remember, fish them out at the end. They're not going to soften and be part of the mix. What else? Oh yeah, a couple of bay leaves, and I think that's done. Going to use my trusty casserole dish today. Let's get on with it.
So boil some water and put the mushrooms to one side. I think in the end I went with probably about 1.5 cups of mushrooms and just enough boiling water to cover them and put them onto one side. Bam, 30 minutes. Yep. So the mushrooms are nicely soaking to one side. So let's get in the main pot, and leeks in there first with a little bit of oil of your choice. I'm using olive oil because I buy it in bulk from Costco rather than having a complete obsession with olive oil. Leeks, we go in with the carrot, the single lonely carrot, and we give that a stir for a minute or two on a high heat at the moment. All softening nicely and getting a bit of brownness against the side of the pan. Don't worry about that too much. We will deglaze the pan when the stock goes in. So that's nicely softened. In with your, in my case, celeriac, in your case, probably parsnip, if you're going to be really traditional about it. I'm going to throw in the 3 bay leaves now as well. And the next stage is quite simple, really. You start bunging in your stock. That's only 1/2 litre, so I need another 2 of those. I'm going to be throwing in my cup of pearl barley. I'm going to be throwing in my potatoes, roughly cut of different sizes. And I'm going to be going in with my tablespoon of juniper berries. A good tablespoon of juniper berries. And like I said, finish off the stock, and that's going to simmer for about 40 minutes. Let's crack on. Okay, so let's have a check on it 5 minutes in. It's just coming to the boil. Everything's bubbling nicely. So, add your soaked mushrooms and the juice as well, because that'll add to the whole flavour. And off you go. I reckon the pearl barley will probably take about 40 minutes to do. The potatoes will start melting about 40 minutes. Let's stick that on a slow simmer for about, I don't know, 40 minutes, and then let's come back to it and have a look. Right, we're about 40 minutes in. I think things are starting to go in the right direction. Let's have a taste. That's lovely. Needs about half a teaspoon of salt, and we're going in now with the dill and the parsley. Something that taste has just reminded me is when you finish this, you've got to fish out all the juniper berries, because although they're giving their taste to the soup, you can't eat them. They taste horrible. Anyway, probably about another 5-10 minutes to go on this. Ba-da! And there we go, the finish line. That is a beautiful soup. Let me just have a little taste. Oh yes, pearl barley's nicely softened. I did cheat and put a tiddly bit of cream in there, but that is absolutely gorgeous. It leaves me with a dilemma what to do about the juniper berries. I think I'm going to dish it up and put a side plate so you can like scoop them out one at a time. Because although there's only a couple of tablespoons in there, there's, you know, you'll be there for 10 minutes fishing them out. So yeah, serve it up and fish it out yourself. Look at that. Look at that. That is a beautiful bowl of soup. Anyway, thank you very much. Take care. And there it is for another day, another wonderful recipe. So I've just thought as I was editing the video and getting ready to film this last piece, I could have used, a thing I used to use a lot when I was younger is bouquet garni. Essentially like a muslin cloth or a net, and you put your herbs and spices, or mainly herbs, in there, and at the end of it you fish it out, so you don't have to be trying to find it with a fork. I think next time for the juniper berries for this recipe I'd use one of those. Anyway, take care, have a good time. I'm off to Madeira for a few days, and if I can find any interesting food there, I might do a few YouTube shorts and say, geez, but we'll see how the week goes. Anyway, take care, on to the next one.